Because we want to protect our asses from crybabies, salty bitches, and lawsuits, we want to remind you this show is rated M for mature individuals only. That means if you're like easily offended by graphic language, griefers, or full frontal nudity, please disconnect now and get the fuck out. Thank you, Mario, but the good podcast is in another castle. I know you want this body, but you just can't have it.
So good. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Remove From Play, the show where we remove ourselves from the culture and hobby we love to discuss it. And what is that culture and hobby?
Video games.
Video games. Today is Tuesday, April 28th, 2015, episode number 136? 136? Yeah, I think that's right. I'm pretty sure that's right. If it isn't, then, we could...
fix it later.
We can... No, I'm lazy. Fix it later.
We can just pretend it never happened.
Do post-production work. That's nuts. It's cray-cray. I would never think of doing so. I'm Mac 19. I press the buttons.
Hello.
Hello. And joining me this week are these asshats, crazy peepers, Patrick and Elias.
Hello.
Hi. Hi. So far, Patrick's mic is not crapped out yet.
Woohoo!
And this is good. And he's nice and loud. I don't
very
know
loud.
Because it's good position today, good volume.
But we can't hear his nose.
But we can't use what?
We can't hear his nose.
Oh, that issue's been gone since we got these new mics. Those last mics that did that shit. I don't know why.
It really picked that up.
Yeah, I don't know why it just did. I bet you it happened it hasn't happened so long that no one even remembered it till you said something. So there you go.
Bastard.
Yes, and also they're running with no output today, so they don't know when they're on camera or not. So generally when I'm talking to you, you're most likely on camera. Just saying.
There's buzzing in my ear. Is that picking up?
Yeah, it's a slight buzzing in your ear. Well, I'll try to fix that.
Okay.
As we go around the table here, then around the studio. We're actually all around a table. So, Crazy Peepers, how you doing? You playing any cool games this past week? Actually, 2 weeks because we weren't even here last week.
Not really, no.
Nothing.
I mean, I played a little bit of Monster Hunter still here and there, but still haven't really gotten around to getting Xenoblade Chronicles or any other game.
I know you were real interested in getting that. So interested, and you still haven't gotten it yet. Been busy working, huh?
Yeah.
Busy. And sleeping. You've been tired boy lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been tired as well. Man, I'll tell you, when I got home from work today and yesterday, man, I just wanted to do nothing and nap. Man, I didn't think in my 20s I'd be getting to my ripe old age yet, but geez, napping. Gotta love it.
Yeah, I woke up at 2 today. Hit the snooze button to get a little bit more sleep.
A little bit.
Woke up at 5.
Jeez. Oh, shit. No wonder you're getting here a little later. You were like, oh, shit, got to shower. Got to do this. Got to do that.
This is morning for you.
Yeah.
You just ate breakfast?
I haven't.
Yeah, you haven't had it. That's the most important meal of the day. Crazy
and
Peepers.
He skipped breakfast and lunch and dinner.
Dinner.
Dinner is the best. It's between lunch and dinner if you don't know.
Oh, that's clever.
Yes. How about you, Elias? How you been? What you been playing?
I've been playing Age of Empires because I like that. It's fun to play. I discovered a new thing. If you hit Control S twice, you can in the map editor you can place objects off the grid.
Wait, what?
Okay, so there's like a big grid, and everything snaps to the grid in the map editor because it's an old game.
Yeah.
But if you hit Control S twice, which is normally save, but I don't know why it's like I guess Control Snap in this case.
Snap.
You can place buildings on top of other buildings, and it's really cool because you can get a lot more detail in your maps. But if you place too many buildings on top of each other, it will crash the game. Like the engine doesn't know how to run that.
The engine's like, whoa, bro. Buildings on top of buildings? I can't process that, man. That's like 2 extra stories.
Yeah, it really can't do it.
So much Coliseum on top of Coliseum action.
I know, too
It's
much.
too hot.
Too much. That's a fun little discovery. I like when you.
Yeah, this
do you think
changes
that's
everything.
a hack or an exploit or a bug?
No,
or
it was added in a user patch. I don't know, around when HD came out, but it wasn't.
originally in the game. That's kind of
Yeah, it wasn't originally in there.
Yeah, I like that.
The way you used to have to do was a lot more complicated. You would have to like copy a section of the map and then kind of estimate where you want it to be replaced. It was very complicated,
Very
and you could
complicated.
mess everything up super easily. This
And then your
changes the
game won't. Then your game won't launch. You'll lose all your saves, and then your computer will blow up.
Yeah, your computer gets real hot when you start
Gets
doing
real
this.
Like, whoa, man, I can't process this either.
This is way too complicated. This
All
game
these
is 15
polygons.
years old.
All these
It
polygons.
doesn't even have
man.
polygons.
It doesn't even have polygons.
No, it's I don't know what kind of. I don't know how they made Age of Empires 2, honestly, because it isn't a 3D game, but
Okay.
it kind of exists in semi 3D space,
It's that 2.5D type of stuff.
sort of.
2.5D has been thrown around a lot lately because recently the Assassin's Creed China thing came out, and they're like, "This is a 2.5D game." People are like, "No, man, 2.5D is not a real thing. It's just 3D, and you see it on a left to right basis."
Well, that's what they mean.
Yeah, I know, but it's kind of a lame way to label it. I don't know.
2.5D. I'm gonna make a 1.5D game.
Yeah, what the?
It would be like it would be basically just a line with like colors on it, and then occasionally a picture would pop up and go away for a second, and it'd be like a
And
puzzle game.
occasionally a picture would pop up. I love that idea of that.
Just looking forward to some 4D games.
4D,
4D
games.
games, yeah.
Play
Yeah.
some Skyrim, have arrows fly at you, and you actually get hit. Oh,
Yeah.
I actually feel the arrow in my knee.
Yes. One thing I'm
Indeed.
glad that never caught on, and it literally died the first time, which was maybe not the first time it was tried. Smell-o-vision.
I knew you were gonna say that. I was thinking about Scratch
That
and
was the
Sniff.
best thing we never continued to strive
They
for.
made a Rugrats movie there, Scratch and Sniff.
I remember that.
I didn't see it, but I had the cards from like Burger King or
Me
wherever we
too.
got them from,
Me
and I
too.
scratched them all because I knew I wasn't gonna see the movie. I was like, these all smell
Yeah.
the same.
I'm glad that the Oculus has made great strides in seeing 3D type of stuff, but I'm glad that we have not improved smell-o-vision.
They could have put a little
No,
smell-o-vision
no,
on the
let's
Oculus,
not. Let's not do
and
that.
then taste-o-vision.
No, let's not do that. I didn't even like the idea. Did you guys see that thing where the guy put you in it was a bird simulator and you were in this platform and they would have a fan that blew on you in like watery mist? And I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this? I don't want it to be this
Had
real.
the birds peeing.
Not yet. No, I don't want to have the holodeck just yet, but pretty soon.
Oh, have you seen that thing? I've seen gifs of it only. Where there's like a harness that goes around the waist and you kind of like walk up.
Yeah, it's like a
Oh.
silicone pad that you would slide
God,
your
what's-
feet on.
you shuffle on
The
and you move
the,
around.
the Omni
Ooh.
treadmill. That's what it's called.
It's pretty cool. I saw people.
Yeah,
play
I saw that when it was
Skyrim.
first Kickstarter, when it was fucking huge and ugly. Now at least it looks better, but it could potentially be a little weird. I don't know. It's one of those surfaces that are like low friction, so you have to wear special shoes and everything like that. I don't know. I think it'd be real uncomfortable to wear that around your crotch for more than like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Also, you have to move a lot more than you move in the game. I noticed.
I thought it was really cool for Minecraft when people bought like the Kickstarter backers got like the super early prototype or whatever, and they were playing
Ooh.
Minecraft with it. That was like that one time I thought it was cool. Being able to walk in Minecraft worlds and pickaxe at things.
Pick. You actually break your real life wall.
Oh, that was a good one. That'd be hilarious if that happened. It would be like the Wiimote and TVs all over again.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Oh, dude, you bring up a funny idea in my head. Oh my god, think about it when things become more. The first time someone fucks something up while wearing an Oculus Rift or something, it'll be all over the news. It'll be like when the exact thing like it happens every time they try something different. With the Wii, they had, TVs were breaking. With the Oculus Rift, some wife's gonna come in and be wondering why their husband's naked and on the floor bleeding, and it's gonna be like, oh, what the fuck happened?
Full immersion.
I just had the best idea ever.
Oh, let's hear this best idea ever, sir.
Pretty much the whole Oculus Rift, the Omnipad, like 2 people are gonna be going at it like in WWE or like a UFC game.
Oh my god.
But don't put them
Multiplayer.
on the pad. Just have them just actually walk toward each other, not unknowingly, and start hitting each other.
Oh my god.
Oh, and use like the Kinect or something, and then also keep a recording of this so you can see it later.
Yeah, what's the point of having that camera always on, following and spying us, so we can't get funny videos from it?
America's funniest
America.
home Xbox Live recordings.
dude, that'd be really funny.
Hey, they have that TV network coming up. This is what they could put on it.
That's true. Wait, what TV network?
Didn't you say that Xbox has like a TV network?
Oh yeah,
or
they
something?
canceled that.
Oh,
we
never
talked about
mind.
that as long.
I
time
thought
ago.
it was coming up, not canceled.
No, it got canceled. They did release the movie where they dug up the ET cartridges though. So You
That's
still can
good.
see that.
We can watch that.
Yeah, dude, that reminds me of something too. I know we're going off on a lot of side tangents already.
Indeed.
but,
We gotta get to
but
the news.
America's Funniest Home Videos.
I love that show.
Think about it. That footage back in the day was way more rare than like footage nowadays. Think about it. Back in the day, you had to be a family that could afford
Yeah.
a VHS recorder,
That's so
and then
expensive.
also have it recording in something when something funny happens at
Yeah.
the same time. So the variables.
And just imagine like the miles and hundreds and thousands of tapes and such that had nothing interesting on them.
Yeah,
That
in
was
the 5
recorded.
seconds. Yeah, and so the footage we got from that was really like once in a lifetime opportunity type stuff. Now that everyone's
Golden.
got a camera, they'll be able to catch anything that happens.
Yeah, this fails all the time.
Yeah, so you got those videos we should appreciate, and I wonder where they did with all the tapes. Where's the archive? I want them to break open the safe
Vault.
and find the vaults.
I think it's at Disney.
You know, the Disney vault doesn't know about how staying closed. That bitch is slutty. That's that vault.
Wait,
Do you
who?
remember the movie Signs?
Yes.
It's like a little boy pulls out the VHS tape. We have
Yep.
to record this for history's sake.
Oh my God, I do loosely remember that.
It's like,
sounds
no,
funny.
TiVo, bitch.
TiVo. Do you know TiVo's still around? I didn't know this. TiVo is actually still around. I
Yeah.
thought they was something that would have been dead by now, but nope. Apparently their name still has some weight to it.
Interesting.
Yeah, they actually tried to kind of stick with the game. They actually have like some apps installed on there now too, like you can get Netflix and stuff.
Oh,
But you still gotta pay for TiVo.
think-
So
I think my uncle might have it still. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know what he has.
yeah.
But he was really big into TiVo when they first came out. He was like TiVo and Survivor and all his favorite shows.
Dude,
like
I
that.
used to love Survivor so much. I'd be so happy every year it'd come around.
Time to watch people survive.
Yeah, because I thought it was, I was a fan of
door
reality
open?
shows where there was like a point to it, like The Mole, Survivor, all that type of stuff.
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Nothing.
Talking about
Just
Nickelodeon
yeah, I like that
game show.
Yeah, that was a sweet
Well, that
show.
was a game show. It's a little different. But I'm talking about reality TV. Even though Survivor, I bet you $20 they were eating pizza in the background.
Well, I'm pretty sure there was something going on.
You don't let them
'cause
starve. You know what I mean? Like if they were doing so shitty, I'm pretty sure they give them some pizza.
There was one time that apparently they were gonna starve. They were like standing on these poles or something, and then the producer was like, "Hey, if you take your clothes off, we'll give you peanut butter and Oreos."
No,
and then
really?
they took their clothes off, and then the camera people like zoomed in on their naked parts, but obviously they had to blur it out for TV, so all we saw was like a blur on the screen.
Oh wait, I remember that episode.
Yeah, it was
Oh my
controversial.
God, I remember that episode.
Yeah,
That's reality TV.
it was pretty.
I
real.
thought you were implying that like they didn't record it and they were literally torturing them until they were naked.
Nah, they were waterboarding them.
Yeah, they were waterboarding them. What have I been playing? How have I been? Well, I've been pretty good. I said this past week wasn't too crazy. We got back from UBcon not too long ago, which is cool. Which I'll bring them. We'll talk a little more about that in a second. But what I've been playing, I actually finally got the Monster Hunter bug again. So after we played last week, man, I couldn't stop playing. So I'm now still Hunter Rank 2, but now I've gotten my weapon upgraded finally, and I went through and beat almost all my Hunter Rank 1 missions all by myself. So that's good. Have a little trouble with the Hunter Rank 2 stuff. One thing I have to make a comment about Monster Hunter.
When you're saying Hunter Rank, do you mean Village Quest or
The quest. Yeah, the quest. That's what I'm referring to.
the 1-star quest?
Yeah, the 1-star stuff. Yeah.
How you just finished all that?
I just did all that. That was a stupid gathering. All right. Can I say something? Fishing for small goldfish is fucking crazy. Why is it so hard to get small goldfish? I got literally, I think, 5 giant tunas or whatever, but I could not get those fucking small goldfish.
I'm gonna tell you what. You could have just skipped that one.
Oh, I did skip it. I tried it 3 times. So
Because eventually you're gonna go Chico Sands, and you could actually there's like the casting machine where you like fire nets at pools of fish.
Yeah, and
and
then
you
you
can
get
get
'em
all
for
your
free.
golden fish there. Just
then
bring
go
them with
back.
you on the quest. And
Yeah,
then
that's how we used to do it back in the day. Remember? We're like, there's that one quest where it just gives you golden fish. I'm like, oh yeah, let's just do that.
You gotta go to the carnival and win them at a game of ring toss.
Now you had to fish them. And it's at least in this time around, like you can leave the area and spawn back. You can actually see the fish in the pond, so you know if you're wasting your time. But literally, I went the full 50 minutes. You know how many times the monster came back every time because I didn't want to fight it. I just wanted to fish and get out of there. And it would stay in the fish here. And they're like, well, fuck, I might as well fight it now.
Nah.
And then it was like pointless.
What-
So that was
monster?
my one thing I hate. The fishing still sucks in Monster Hunter.
How does it suck? Do you just throw your bobber and wait for it to go under and hit that?
Then the small goldfish don't come out, and there's literally all giant fucking tuna in there.
That's why.
Spawn sucks.
Right.
Maybe I have a problem with the spawning of it. I think that's what it really is. But other than that, I'm starting to get used to the controls. I still don't like them, but that's just something you gotta deal with. I never was a fan of the portables. Other than that, it's I really like it.
Well,
I'm liking the monster experiences. I love the new elevation stuff. It works out really good. the new monsters in the early game are really cool. What I want to know is when did you start seeing Velociprey again?
When you go on the expeditions.
Oh, okay. Because it's like I got some things I need Velociprey like scales for to upgrade my weapon. I'm like, the fuck? I don't have any Velociprey scales. I keep getting these other fucking. I forgot that the.
Yeah, you know how you go? We go to the local play.
Yeah.
There's like the little like stamp.
Yep.
Yeah, just hit that and like they'll show you what monsters are in the area at the time.
Okay. So that's the big thing I really been playing. I've been playing some Monster Hunter, enjoying it. I got a new charger too, so no longer am I living off a week's charge. That's pretty cool. I got to give the 2DS some props. It does have a longer battery life than the normal 3DS. So, because it's one screen and it doesn't do the 3D, so less taxing when you're playing it, and there's not as much, pixels it has to. I guess I would like to think since it's technically the same amount of pixels, but I don't know. Maybe it's just two screens. There's more power in general, whether it's, So that's cool that it can last almost a full week. That's pretty cool. But then again, that's with casual playing, maybe an hour each day, maybe 2 or 3 hours on one day. So if I was doing it, straight 5-hour playthrough, I bet it would be just as much dead as anything else.
Yeah, I still wish that they did like what they did with the 3U and made a HD port for the Wii U.
Yeah, have a fun fucking console version. Yes, I agree. I don't know why they didn't do that. I'm hoping just the next one coming up. I know you guys want to make money and keep it on the Portable systems, and that's where most Japanese players play it. But please, just give me the other option again. Cause I didn't mind playing it on the Wii at all, because I could deal with the controls as long as you just give me 2 sticks, But I could. It's so hard to get over the controls on the portables. My thumb and holding, because I'm a guy who always keeps moving the camera, so I'm always pressing that L button to keep putting it behind me.
Yeah.
I've always been that type of player. So it's a strain to do that on the 2DS. I bet it would be even rough. It might be a little easier on the 3DS, but on the 2DS at least, it's really rough to always be pressing the L button. So rough. My poor fingers. Yeah, so that's what we've been playing. So let's get into some little bites, because what two of us went to last week, or 2 weeks ago, a week and 2 days ago, went to UBcon, a local gaming convention here in Buffalo. It was Eli's first time going, and actually that's the first time you've actually been to a convention in general, right?
Yes, it was an interesting introduction.
I think it's good to go to a small one for your first one. That way you're not overwhelmed with some of the stuff.
Possibly.
Although you were mentioning that you thought the events were a little lackluster.
Yeah, the events were pretty poorly planned out. Very
Yeah.
amateurish.
Yeah.
And the speaker, Quinton Flynn.
I know everyone. I guess I regret going now, because everyone's impression that I talked is like, wow, he seems kind of like a douche.
He's a huge douche. He's like
Can
the
you
biggest
give me an
douche.
example of while we're talking the whole gaming community?
Right.
Why was he a douche? What did he say that was douches?
Well, there was one
Douchey.
point where someone opened the door, and it was kind of loud, and then the people being like, okay, since super unprofessional, they're just like, we're gonna need the space soon. But he's like, close the door, close the door, close the door, close the door. And just shouting it. He shouted like 18 times at the microphone. Also, his shoes are really douchebaggy, and I keep bringing him up.
Was he attempting to be humorous with this?
Oh yeah,
he
he was like smiling. Haha, I'm winning the crowd over.
What?
But he thought he was like a stand-up comedian. He was like, I'm so comfortable on stage. He kept talking about how comfortable he was on stage, and he was making all these jokes. And he was racist a lot.
Wait, what racist?
Well, he was being racist, I guess, against the Indian people, but which is
the
like
Indian people, like Native Americans, or actual?
no,
Indians from India?
the ones in India.
Okay.
And like calling them terrorists and stuff.
What?
Yeah, it was super
I
weird.
super regret not going to this now. I really wanted to see if he was this douchey.
He was.
I feel like everyone's
douchebag.
exaggerating it a bit, but I don't know. I wasn't there.
He's like, you're probably gonna want to know how I became so famous, and nobody even asked that question. Basically, he was like,
did he literally come out and say that?
He's like, I'm very successful. You're probably gonna want to know how I got myself an agent. And he was talking about the nuances of acting. He's like, in movies,
he did the hand thing. Did he really do the hand thing?
What do you mean?
Like he did. Oh, in movies, I act.
Yeah, he was like pointing to his eyes. You see how I'm moving my eyes? This doesn't work on. I don't know. That wasn't the douchiest thing. He was just making like a lot of weird, pointless statements.
Interesting.
But it was really also the way he was dressed. Like he had these really weird, like real pointy long shoes. Like his shoes were like this. They were shaped like Patrick can see how I'm pulling my sock out. So his foot was like in here, but like the shoe just kept going.
For everyone listening to audio, he's pointing to his foot.
Yeah,
That's all
he had like
know.
these long pointy elf shoes. It was like, why are you wearing those? You just make me angry.
Since it was your first time going to a convention, and even a small local one, what were some positives that you thought of it? Like, what was really interesting to you?
Well,
Oh,
there was
wow.
cool cosplay. I guess that was pretty
Yeah,
nice.
they
There was
upped
a lot
the
of
cosplay game this year. Like,
lot of
for
people
all the
dressed up.
technical issues they have in a lot of events, and they did have technical issues. Like every event I went to, there was a technical issue, which usually happens. But every event I went to, and I went to like 4 events, so statistically speaking, that's pretty high.
Yeah, I suppose if I didn't know anybody there, I probably wouldn't have had such a good time.
Oh yeah, it's get together with people you know. Like there are people I only see at convention times. That
Yeah,
were
like going
having
by
there for
yourself
years.
it would be kind of lame.
Well, I've gone by
one of those
myself
things.
for a couple.
Well, yeah,
years,
but you
jeez.
also like
Know
the
people
events
when I get there. Yeah,
you know
that's
people.
true.
The artist alley was cool, and I guess
Yeah.
that's the last thing I'll say.
Yeah.
You can talk about it too.
Yeah, cosplay they like a lot this year, and there was a record-breaking year. They had over 2,000 people come, which
Holy
is
cow.
significant because the 2 years ago when I went was 800 something. So, in the first year I went was even less than that. So,
Jeez.
man, a lot of beautiful cosplay.
Because Lena was there. They all wanted her stuff.
I know that's what it is. And Elena from the show, who isn't here this week, she was actually drove up here and showed sold her stuff. It was her most successful place ever. She made thousands of dollars, which blows my mind. Holy shit! They make thousands of dollars in 2 days
Selling soft things.
selling soft things. Jeez.
Like soft things hardly ever
Yeah.
seem like they're very valuable.
But we, I saw GLaDOS. That was cool. That was cool to see GLaDOS as a real person. I was like, whoa,
Oh,
you're the
cool.
crazy robot lady.
That's probably what everybody said.
Yeah, so the crazy. You tried to kill me. You told me about cake, and there wasn't any. You lied. There was no cake. Oh, sorry.
What?
I was trying to play the soundboard, but I messed up
Oops.
because I had the GLaDOS Thunder ready to go.
Oh, okay.
And
can
you
do that.
screwed it
And I
up.
screwed it up.
Is it fun when you degrade yourselves like that?
and then I fixed it.
That's cool that she was there. Is her voice?
I could not get her to record something though. I didn't have time. I was too busy having
Oh,
fun,
darn.
which I should have. I regret it. There's a couple things I regret doing this year, not doing this year, but that's okay.
Like, oh, the Mega Scorcher panel. Remember that? That was great.
oh, the meet and greet. Yeah, it didn't
Yeah.
work out.
No, it was
No one showed up. I'm not ashamed of it. No one showed up. So we left about half an hour early. But then Chris and that came back after, and they were like, "Well, what the fuck?" Because I did forget to tell Chris we were leaving early.
Who's Chris?
He's one of the hosts of the other shows on the website. The
Oh,
Scorcher's the main
whoops.
phase. So, but he was like, "Why have I been scorched, Matt?" And by the way, everyone thought I wrote that, so I took your thunder. Eli.
That's okay.
I took your thunder.
Nobody
They were
knows
like,
who I
"Matt,
am."
you've got such good handwriting." I'm like, "I totally do."
You don't.
I know. That's the ironic part.
It was also
Oh.
spelled correctly.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I broke the
Yeah.
counts. So overall, UBcon, I know, Eli, you had a little lackluster experience, it sounds like, but you know what? I thought it was great this year.
I'd like to go to PAX or like one where like adults are running.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
you know.
PAX does blow UBcon out of the water, but I've always liked the small conventions for some reason. I like the more homey family feeling it is, you know.
Yeah.
It's a bit homey.
The one thing that sucks about PAX is like it's really crowded and it takes a while to get to where you want to go.
I know, and you know what,
So
Pat? To be honest with you, that's Boston too, and that's a big convention center. That's the least crowded you could possibly get it because they have so much space there. Think about it. At Prime, it's not even like 1/4 the size of that building, and they got just as many people crammed in there.
Whoa.
So yeah, Prime would be a hell if you.
Oh,
didn't
there
like
was
that.
there was surprisingly only one person with really bad BO at UBcon.
Yeah, you know what? The smell wasn't that bad.
It
this
was,
year,
it-
except
the
for the
smell-
rave. The rave.
The
Still
rave
smelled.
was stinky, and that's where like the bad BO guy, he was coming through the door, and I was like, oh, it was like a visceral reaction to this guy's stink. It was oh, it's on my face.
Oh, it's hitting me.
I
It's on
have
my
to
face.
take this shower all day.
I gotta get my rave
Yeah.
on.
Sweat doesn't count as a shower, buddy. Get out of here.
I know.
He's just like twirling. He's got like sweat drops flying
Yeah.
out, hitting people.
Oh Jesus, that would be.
Perspirating so hard. He's like a little
Yes.
sprinkler.
Speaking of perspirating hard, Heroes
Yeah.
of the Storm release date was announced.
Oh, that is somewhat relevant.
Yes, Heroes of the Storm. It will be launching in June 2nd.
It's like the beta's just been so good that I actually forgot that it was still in beta.
Yeah, actually, it's moving. It's back in closed beta again, but it's going to go into open beta on May 19th again. Because they had they had the closed alpha, then they had the open alpha, then they had this. I guess I don't remember if it went to open beta and to her closed first, but now it's in closed again, and May 19th is going to be open for everybody again. So yeah, so what are you guys thinking about this? Heroes of the Storm. Actually, just this past weekend, they had the Heroes of the Dorm tournament where
Yeah.
it was actually on ESPN, where they literally students for a full free ride to a college if they won. That's pretty cool.
Seriously?
Yeah. That's pretty nice. So I don't remember which colleges it was. I think they were actually like legitimate expensive ones, not just like shitty community colleges. So
You can go to community college for free.
yeah, so to have a full ride is really nice, and I think that was a really cool event for to in the end be on ESPN. That's kind of cool. Of course, some controversy came up from it, like oh, it's not a sport. Why is it on ESPN and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But my whole phrase on that is that, you know what, I actually agree with a lot of people say. I don't think anyone's trying to make it a sport. I think that's why they call it esports. That's the reason they call that. Just like the reason they call motorsports motorsports, because it is it invokes the competitive feel of a physical sport.
Yeah, we
but
were talking
it's
about
a different
other,
skill set. You know
like
what I mean?
bowling is a non-sport, but it's on ESPN sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're like
Pool,
poker's on there, and they play
poker,
poker all the time, and
Ping
that's
pong.
and the
golf.
reason they play poker because they recognize that it takes high level. It's a high level of competitive play, and the same thing with the esports. It doesn't necessarily have to be a physical sport, and no pro gamer goes around calling themselves an athlete. So
Hopefully not.
they'll say pro gamer or digital athlete, which is not the same thing.
I'm an
I'm surprised
esport
ESPN
player.
doesn't have like a dedicated channel yet to like.
They kind of do. That's kind of what ESPN3 is, to be
Really?
honest.
Ah.
Yeah, they play all the pokers and they play the chess championship too. So to be honest with you, Pat, I would debate that ESPN3 is that channel dedicated for it. It's like maybe one day esports will be on ESPN, the original, but that'll probably never happen. They get all their sports money, all their football money from that channel. Yeah, so if you guys, there you go. Heroes of the Storm will be out, and actually, I think when it comes out, I'll be playing it because I enjoyed it when I was playing in the alpha, and I think that's the MOBA for me.
Why? Because there's no shop and you don't have to worry about buying
Yes,
stuff.
exactly. It's so easy, and I can do the team stuff and just work on doing team things, and then the whole team levels up together. It is the Mario Kart of MOBAs, and
Just
I love it.
promise me when we play again, you're just not gonna fight under the damn tower and charge people.
Hey, I was the Lich King, and I was wrecking shit. All right, my skills were elite. Obviously.
You missed your like ice entrapment like every time.
Well, too bad. I was still having a good time.
I don't even think you remember to use Hungering Strikes at all.
No, I actually didn't at all. And plus, I didn't fully understand how it worked either.
You hit D and then the next auto attack restored
yeah.
mana.
Moving on to our next little bite, we have Sony files trademark for new handheld in Japan. The trademark application, blah blah blah. They have a design for something that looks like a Vita, pretty much.
Oh, Sony Vita 2.
Yeah, it might be that, but it's more like roundish and has it looks a little smaller. And it comes off as like you remember the whole
The Vita Go.
The PSP Go, yes, very similar to PSP Go. It's a little smaller. Now the reason this pops up and is going to apparently the rumor is that it's rocking an OLED display, OLED display.
Are those the ones with yellow in them or something?
No, those are ones with that's like think of it like super high pixel density. It's just a new instead of a liquid crystal display is a legit full LED display. Like it's not like liquid crystal with LEDs behind it. The whole thing uses LEDs pretty much. Now that's a gross oversimplification of how it works. So don't quote me on that if you're like going to talk or conversation with someone about it.
Okay.
But that's generally the whole idea. It's a different type of screen technology that utilizes LEDs to the best of the ability.
Sounds cool.
Yeah. So hey. I know this is just a trademark filing and doesn't mean they're going to make up something new, but are we thinking maybe they're going to be thinking about a new portable for the future? Because we know the Vita was super successful in America.
Oh, God.
Which it wasn't. But here's what's so funny. The PS4 are selling bad in Japan, but the Vita sells like hotcakes in Japan. But in here, the Vita sells bad and the PS4 sells great. It's so weird, isn't it?
You got to move to Japan, Patrick.
Yeah, because, I understand the whole culture there is portable. That's what it is.
They'll love you.
Well, it's
And
not
they-
even that. It's just they don't even make any games for the Vita.
That's well
For
well, there's a lot-
America.
I was gonna say, there's a lot of Japanese cinemas on there, man.
Yeah, because it sells in Japan.
So you're going to buy this new handheld?
Well, we
Wow.
don't even know if it will be a thing. Just because they patent something doesn't mean it's gonna be a thing soon. Like they patent and trademark things all the fucking time. Like, hey, just in case, let's just get PlayStationPs.com so no one can take that and make us, look bad. Like shit like that happens all the time.
That's
Although that's
true.
a domain thing, not really a trademark. But hey, you know what I mean.
Similar.
Somewhat. I somewhat know what you mean, Matt. Next, little bite. WildStar begins to pull from shells, and there's rumors that they might be dropping the sub fee. The only reason I really want to bring this up is because it's showing again that it looks like even WildStar, which debatably a lot of people said it was reminiscent of like vanilla WoW. Like they went to it was a relatively hardcore to play, and a lot of people said it just invoked the same feelings of vanilla. Even now, they're pulling from shells. You only get it digitally now. Does that really show they're going strong? They have support in their product? Probably not. I don't know. Did you guys ever check out WildStar?
Don't even know what it is.
I looked into it. It looked good.
Yeah, that's what I keep
I didn't
hearing
want to
about
invest
it.
my time in the WildStar when I was investing my time in WoW. I couldn't devote
what?
so much time to MMOs.
I think you said it right there, Pat. Because that's the exact same thing I keep hearing people. When they first came out and even now, they're like, wow, WildStar was really good. But then they kept saying to, like, a lot of people, especially Let's Players, would go, but I have so much time invested in WoW at this point, they don't want to devote themselves twice. And you know what? I think that's the problem. At this point, I just don't think there's any, unless you're doing something so innovative that any MMO can survive with a sub-based fee. Like, unless you're making a MMO in Korea and it's free and it's all based on microtransactions, you're not going to be successful. I think we're just at the point where until WoW falls, nothing is just going to survive. And look at, there's another one, Elder Scrolls. Isn't that done? Actually, I don't even know. Is that still even going?
I really don't know.
I'll Google it real quick while like, Eli, did you ever even check out WildStar?
No,
I
I
bet you
didn't know
played
about
WoW
it.
though.
No, I didn't play WoW. You guys wanted me to play it. I remember around high school time, but I was like, nah, I don't really.
See, I like the idea of playing like Elder Scrolls with people, just not massive multiplayer online. Like, I just want to do like go into make a lobby, play with a couple of friends, and do quests and stuff.
Yeah, I heard that it was a big critique about Elder Scrolls, that in the beginning when they were sure showing it to people, it pretty much was like Elder Scrolls but kind of online. But then over time it got more MMO-y. They added things and took it away and tried to appeal to more mass market. And I hear apparently that was the downfall of it too.
And then I saw like Angry Joe's review of like the PvP, and it was just like really freaking bad and off balance. And
Everything I'm reading, it looks like Elder Scrolls is still going, but yeah,
Is it?
I didn't do a lot of research really quickly, as you can tell.
Well, it seems like WoW's cornered the market for MMOs that have to are magic themed.
Yeah, definitely. Anything fantasy based.
Fantasy's the way.
well,
If it's not
WildStar was
fantasy.
sci-fi based,
Oh,
it wasn't completely. It definitely,
Well,
I would
sci-fi and
definitely
fantasy
say
is so close in a lot
it
of
definitely
ways.
had a lot of fancy stuff in it, but I would generally say it was more of a sci-fi based.
Yeah,
MMO.
well, Guild Wars 2's new expansion's coming out.
Oh, really? See, yeah, maybe that. But Guild Wars was an established franchise, so there's a difference. Like, if you're
Yeah.
coming in new to this, I think it's not. Like, EverQuest is still played, right?
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Is RuneScape still played?
Oh, yeah, I was
Yeah.
playing it the other day. No, by the other day, I mean 3 months ago. But
Oh, I was gonna say, really? Why didn't you mention it?
yeah,
at
no,
all when you-
I once in a while I log back into it, man. I don't know. I always something about RuneScape I loved. I like the idea that it was a stat-based thing. Like, if you wanted to just be really good at fishing, well, you could say fuck all your other stats and work on fishing the whole time, and you could be a fisherman.
That's awesome. That's probably why it was so successful. Like, each one of these have like a niche. I guess WildStar it didn't come in at the right time.
No, I think
Well,
you're kind of right, but I think what
Which
I think
happens
what Pat said is the
sometimes.
real reason why WildStar is not doing
Oh,
well.
what
I
did you
think
say?
literally what Pat said. People saw it was awesome. It invoked the
Oh.
original feelings of Vanilla WoW, but then people are so invested. The people who were checking that out and would like to have the feelings of Vanilla WoW are already playing WoW, and newcomers are going to be like, why would I join this when everyone I know is playing WoW? I just from all aspects, I just don't see how it could be successful.
Well, I mean, it did offer things that World of Warcraft players have been asking for, like player housing and
Yeah.
like being able to customize the colors of your armor and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, and the raids being real, like they had 40-man type of raids that were really difficult, like a Vanilla WoW used to have.
Yeah.
Well, did Vanilla WoW have 40-man raids?
Yeah, Vanilla had 40.
Yeah. Man, it's just I don't know what to do, man. I don't think any MMO with a sub can survive. Like, there's no way. Literally, people are gonna even look at it at the dollar aspect. You'll see that why would I pay for this when I could pay for WoW? And then I know it's an established thing, and there's more, stuff out there established about it. I can always look up a wiki about it. Yeah, I bet WildStar has stuff out there. Don't get me wrong, but not as much as in depth as WoW. You know what I mean? Like, you could look up anything you need to look up in WoW to get anything done.
Yeah, well, also WoW has books and everything. There's so much lore behind it.
Yeah, it helps too, and it's Blizzard, so Blizzard can't be defeated. That Blizzard will never end.
It's so cold.
Winter's here.
Winter will never leave. Winter is here. Next little bite. Oh, I know you want to say this one, Pat.
What, Five Nights at Freddy's 4 announced?
Yes, Five Nights at Freddy was just announced for the fourth one. Everyone thought that was going to be a trilogy, and the story was unraveled in 3. That it was going to be the end. But this guy fucking, you know what? This motherfucker, he just wants more money at this point. This Scott Smith guy, whatever his name is, He made out like a bandit. 'Cause
Well, I wonder if
Five
this
Nights
is,
at Freddy got so popular.
I wonder if this one's going to be the origin where it actually shows how it all took place.
Like the very first restaurant before
Yeah.
it was the pizzeria.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I haven't
We'll
been
see.
following the story, and what you guys are saying sounds amazingly funny, just like out of context.
Yeah.
It just sounds like the most ridiculous.
Beware the
concept.
purple man.
Ray, the purple man. Yeah. And by the way, it's not a dildo or a phone. It was some kind of electronic device.
There should be 5
What?
of them because it's 5 nights.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Actually, that would make
So
sense.
man, another one. You know what? This comes off to me. First of all, it must be super easy to make these games. What is this? A month, 2 months later? Like I'm gonna check. When did Five Nights at Freddy 3 come out?
Well, it's not like a really full 3D game, is it? It's kind of like pre-rendered backgrounds with like some animation.
Well,
on
I
top.
mean, the way he has all the story like built up in all the games, like, maybe he just had all these kind of planned to come out like kind of like episodic.
Could be.
You know what? The graphics are not that drastically different. Like the animatronics look a little better. You know, Pat, you might have something going there. Maybe he had these all done in the first place, and he just had it ready to go.
Yeah, this was his idea, and then it just got popular, and people started like really caring about it.
Okay,
He's
so
like,
Five
I'm gonna
Nights
do it
at Freddy-
anyways.
Five Nights at Freddy came out August 8th, 2014. And then it came out, Five Nights at Freddy 2 came out November 10th, and then Five Nights at Freddy 3 came out in March. Holy shit, that's pretty fast. So
Yeah.
that's August, November. No, wait, yeah, that's August, November, December. So that's 1 month. And then fucking November, December, February. That's 3 months away, and now it's like
Wait, did you
literally-
just say August, November was
Wait.
1 month?
Whoops, wait a second. Yes, I did.
August,
It goes
Sep-
August,
September,
It goes
October.
August, September,
Oh.
October, November.
I get that
Whoop-
mixed up too.
Whoopsie daisy. Boop, 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 boop.
Thank
Okay.
God I was here to help you.
I know, thank God, thank God. I'm
So
lost
3
in this world without you, Pat.
You are
That's
his
pretty
rock.
fast. That's a pretty fast turnover. That's not even a whole year of a game being out. This is an indie developer, man. I think this Scott guy was, you know, I think he saw how, I think after the first game, he just saw how much it just got super popular, and he just took advantage of it, which is a really smart business move. And you know what? Adding these little hidden, you know what? My whole theory is that I think there wasn't a deep story in the first one. I don't think there was. And then suddenly he saw how people were super focused on it, and then Matt Pat fucking made a whole game theory about it, which you know how that goes viral like that.
Yeah.
And then I think from that point on, he said, all right, fuck it, I'm just going to make it, have all this hidden shit in it. Or maybe, like, you know, that's my theory. Eli, your theory could be right, too, but
What was my theory?
that maybe he's just, you know,
Oh, he had it all planned out already.
yeah.
Yeah, this could have been like the first one could have been like a proof of concept, almost like he wanted to make a game, but you know, at least going to college and doing creative stuff, they always tell you that you got these really ambitious ideas, but just start with something small.
Yeah.
So, and he knew he could do it, and then he decided to do the rest of it because he's like, I got the money for it now.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I don't think he's super rich for it, but it definitely is
But
successful.
you know, you need money to do these kind of things because it's like otherwise you just gotta go work at TapeCon or whatever.
Oh, wow.
shit.
I'm
No,
just
he-
using it as example of a bad job.
That's bad, Eli.
For
That's
no
bad.
reason.
You get a
Well, you
DKP.
know.
You get DKP minus. DKP minus. Yep, you lose it.
A P
Yes.
minus? Dang.
No, DKP minus. That's your guild points, man. You lost the points. You
Uh-oh.
won't be able to put your points down when that epic loot drops. You won't have enough.
Dang. That's nice.
So sad. Next, retro consoles and gaming returns to GameStop. GameStop is getting back in the retro gaming business again.
Why'd they stop?
You know what? I think here's what you know. What I'm not a collector, so maybe my view on this could be incorrect. But you know, here's what happened. They stopped because it wasn't super profitable anymore, and they had all this inventory, and they probably saw why are we carrying all this useless inventory?
And
Let's
then
just stick with new
Oogie
stuff.
Games pops up, and they do it.
Well, Oogie Games is a local thing, so I don't think that's a good representation. But I do. You have a general right correction. Right now, the retro market is like spiking quite heavily, and it's very profitable to be in this business right now. Look, like you said, Pat. Now, Oogie Games is a local example, but I'm pretty sure the GameStop follows eBay trends. So they're definitely following that, and it is a profitable business to be back in. And there's a lot of people speculating that they came in a consumption of a warehouse. Believe it or not, this is relatively new information to me too. That apparently there are still warehouses around that have been like abandoned, or did they just they're a warehouse, like they'll have old NESs that are still sealed from like 30 years,
Really?
40 years ago.
That's
Wow.
cool.
Apparently there are warehouses like these that still exist, and apparently they
Secret
got their
places.
hands on some inventory that would help them, bring back this whole thing. And also doesn't surprise me because things are going more and more digital, and they are even though they bought up that digital distribution company, I think overall they still want to be a good seller where they want to sell something to people and have a 90% markup on a good.
Oh, if they're bringing this back, I wonder if they're gonna bring back PC.
I don't know.
Like, they just usually when you go into like a GameStop, there's just like that little stand.
Yeah,
There's not like a section
well, let's
anymore.
see. PC would be rough because there's the brief period where keys would work with it that are tied with it, and it's not calling out to the internet. But then there's a period where there would be no key, so there's like big gaps in PC where it wouldn't work out, where they would have old PC copies. I don't know. That could work out. Maybe you never know. There's a way. There's always a way.
But also, old PC games, you can't play them on new PCs a lot of times.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. Like my Roller Coaster Tycoon still works.
That's unexpected.
As long as no, it isn't actually, believe it or not. As long as it was a window-based game,
No,
it
there's
works out
definitely
pretty
some
well.
games that will
like
not
DOS
run.
stuff, DOS stuff is correct. It's really rough to do DOS things. Like you could use
maybe.
DOSBox, but if you're like from anything from like Windows 95 and up, you're good. Like any of those type of games, like came on a CD.
Someone make it DOSBox 360.
Yeah, DOSBox. Well, DOSBox works pretty well, but like in terms of DOS games, yeah, it's a little rough, Eli, for sure.
I don't
Anything
know
that
what
was
I
like
playing.
Windows 95 and up, you're good. All that stuff is backwards. It's the same kernel. It's not. It should run. Now, will it run? Like you could have a case like when I was replaying Warcraft. Them FFVs would load up in a weird video format.
Oh yeah.
No matter what you do, you couldn't. No matter it wouldn't work out good for you. Your graphics card would be like, whoa, man. What are these? Where are these weird effects? What is this format? What is this aspect ratio? Whoa, bro. I don't know what this is. This isn't modern.
So it just did weird aspect ratios, or just
yeah,
didn't load the graphics?
it would do a weird aspect 4:3 ratio, but then it would expand it. But then the graphics, the FMVs would be like, the colors would be really wrong.
Oh,
And I'm not going to call them scan lines, but they looked like scan lines would happen.
yes, I've seen this happen. This is what old
Yeah.
games do, for sure.
Yeah, it's because of the way they did videos back
They
then. But
are functional, but you can't see anything because the graphics are all screwed up.
well, the gameplay graphics are usually fine, but like anything FMV, it's always iffy because every one company did it different. So, yeah, so them getting back in the game, man, they finally, the retro game market is very profitable right now. Very profitable. Like, look, at UBcon alone, when Mark was selling his stuff, someone stole Conker's Bad Fur Day for him, for God's sakes, and that's a rare game. So,
Someone's stuff got stolen at UBcon?
yeah.
Uh-oh.
It happens. Those vendors always take their risks. Usually some stuff happens.
Yeah, they're watching like hawks.
Yeah. Are you guys be excited about this, right? Because you'll be able to trade in your games. The thing the way it's going to work, though, is that you can trade in at the store. They're going to, to my knowledge, from the way the press release came out, was that they're not devoting game store space for the stuff. You'll be able to order it through online. Then again, that could be wrong about that, but that's everything that I read how they were going to do it. But you could still trade in the stuff at the stores, but you wouldn't necessarily be able to buy a large quantity of their stock in the stores. Like, they're not going to hold shelf space. I guess that makes sense. They want to have new games on the shelf. They already don't have enough space if you really look at their stores.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I kind of like the idea of that, but at the same time, like, how Nintendo now does, like, the virtual console.
Yeah.
It's like you don't have to worry about blowing on your NES cartridge anymore.
Yeah. Which, by the way, apparently is not a thing that works.
I
So.
know.
I
Which
feel
I
like it
found this
works.
out only about...
I'm just saying everyone did it.
I myself only found out about this, like, maybe 5 years ago.
I think as
so.
long as you didn't spit in it, it worked.
No, the whole idea was, let's debunk this right
like
now. On
lightly
Play.
blow the dust off.
The way
of
it works is that it actually doesn't do anything. It's
Yeah.
just a psychological thing. It's just when you put it in and put it out, there's a chance. There's a 50-50 every time.
Really?
Yeah. It's because the copper, and actually blowing into it, you're actually causing the copper contacts to get more worn away because you're introducing moisture to it.
Well, that's what I mean. Don't spit in it.
Well, yeah, but what?
Just like lightly blow it.
Okay.
You want to get the dust off
If
the
you're
thing.
so good at blowing about any type of particle getting
Yes.
in there, be my guest.
Yes, that was very good.
So good for you. So that's just how it was.
I'm not an animal.
Blow away, Eli.
Blow away.
Blow away.
Blow away.
Get down on your knees and
Your
blow.
hands are so cold. What's up with that?
Yeah. So GameStop, good luck to you. I'm kind of glad about this because, actually, I'm glad about it because it will be nice if I want to go to a general store that's mainstream to get I guess a general price on a game. That's good. But then the bad part about this is GameStop back in the day, they didn't have reasonable prices on their games. So they're still not going to have reasonable prices on games. And also, if you're a collector or you're someone who's got old shit, why would you trade in all your old games for literally like $1? Because they're going to not give you a lot of money. And then they're going to sell it for like 10 times that much.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Like, there might be definitely some, maybe they're going for the people that are like have shit in their basement still, and they really don't know what they have, which there are a lot of those people who
Or too lazy to actually look up their stuff
on
and
the
sell it on
computer,
eBay.
Yeah.
So, well, good luck, GameStop. I still don't like you as a company, but whatever. You got to stay alive, I guess. All right, let's move on to some news of the week.
Ooh.
It's time for gaming news.
God bless you.
Oh, I didn't forget the photos, apparently.
Oh, good.
All right, Patrick, take it away for our first news item.
Oh, yeah, of course. Star Wars Battlefront details.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
what are the details, Pat? What are the first things? They came out with a trailer that came out right after. Well, actually, I don't know if it was a day after or immediately after. The Star Wars movie trailer came out, and they came out with a new trailer that they said was in-game engine. Keep in mind, in-game engine, which we know still doesn't mean shit. That could mean they, rendered it in the engine, and then, they didn't mean it could be a live render. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was just a trailer. I mean, you got the guys, like, communicating and talking to each other, like, AT-AT. I'm pretty sure no one's going to be doing that actually in the game.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be doing that in the game.
But, yeah, so details got leaked. Available November 17th, 2015 for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Origin for PC.
You can ignore that. Okay. So the biggest things that are the big disappointment, and actually was really big disappointment for Pat too, is since they did scrap the full everything that LucasArts was doing. They started from scratch. There will be no space battles, so that whole space to land battle thing is not happening now. Which actually I was also very disappointed with. I wish that thing was I wish they could have brought that over. I don't know why. Maybe because they're just flop it into their their Frostbite engine, I think is what they use.
I think they I think it was something about the Frostbite engine just doesn't really do well with the whole space physics.
The whole changing from one area to another. They like pre-map setup probably the best. We focused a little too much there.
Very strange.
Yeah. So that's cool. But other things that are they're actually I think of positive from it. We're getting the hero system back. They confirmed Boba Fett and Darth Vader, which is cool.
Is playable characters?
Yeah, it has playable characters. For you who don't know, in Battlefront 2, when you did good enough or whatever, I don't remember what it was. I think if you just got to get like a 5 kill streak, I think it is.
Well,
to be honest.
it all depends. Like you could have it set up where someone was doing really horrible that they could become the hero.
Oh, you're right. You could do that in the settings. I remember that. Oh man, that was cool. Man, so if you're doing really well or really bad, you would eventually get a hero, and it could turn the tide of the battle because they had a little bit more health, and their health could be regenerative because their health would go back up every time you get a kill. So theoretically, you could be on the field the whole match with it if you're really good, and it would turn the tide of the battle, and you could be things like Darth Maul, Yoda, Darth Vader, depending on what time period you're in. My favorite was the Yoda. Because he was the yo-yo. You push people, you pull them back. You push people, you pull them back. And he was hard as fuck to shoot. So I hope that they announce Yoda in there as well.
Or you could just be unlucky and go on a map like Hoth or something that had the AT-AT and just hit him with the big blast.
Yeah, that's true. But if you're you would be really bad to get. Oh no, I got caught once in a while from that. It does happen. Darth Vader I thought was kind of shitty in the second one because he was so
he would walk.
He walk. His choke was cool though. Hopefully the Force choke is back. Yay. Also, that they will have some exclusive maps and exclusive type of missions that will lead up to. It's apparently okay. Do you remember what they called that new desert planet from the trailer, the Star Wars movie trailer? Zaku or Faku or I don't Faku. It was not Faku.
What was the one in the original movie called?
Tatooine. They confirmed it wasn't Tatooine. It's a new planet, new desert planet. Well, anyways, they will have a battle that takes place on that planet. That happens before the new movie comes out, so it's like a prequel to the sequel of the movie coming out.
From what I heard, it's releasing with 4 planets.
Yeah,
supposedly like 4 maps per planet.
Yeah, like pretty much like a snowy planet, a forest planet, a sand planet, and probably a lava planet. That's my guess.
It's 4 maps for the price of fun.
Yes, and it'll be all multiplayer, no single player. But they did say they'll have some type of. I want to say what they were referring to was like I was talking a little bit before the show. Like I think it's gonna be that Galaxy Conquest type of mode where you go around from planet to planet.
It's not Galaxy Conquest.
So then what is it like? Like did they? That's the feel I got.
Think of it like Call of Duty, the special ops missions.
So they're gonna have specialized missions.
Well, kind of like that, but I mean there might be a little bit story to it.
Can you play as an Ewok?
No, they took classes out.
Oh, but you can play as a
Apparently
Wookiee.
they took classes
right?
out, yeah.
You can be a Wookiee, but not an Ewok.
We
Well,
don't
you
know
might
about
be able to be a
We don't
Wookiee.
know for
Oh.
sure yet. We'll see. Like, there's still some stuff that we're
I
gonna have to
hope.
see.
That's one thing that upset
Jakku,
me.
that's how you say it. Jakku. I just checked.
Jakku.
Jakku.
What is the name of the race that are the humans? Are they humans, or do they have a
Humans.
name?
They're just
They're
humans.
humans. Oh,
Humans are special. Apparently, humans can evolve on multiple planets.
seems.
It was the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you pre-order the game, you get that first battle on the planet of Jakku. So actually, yeah, you don't even get that unless you pre-order. So literally right now, you can pre-order the game knowing... Let's be honest. We basically know nothing about how this game's going to work. Yeah, they're saying that there's not going to be classes and stuff, but it... You know, I bet the loadouts will be so similar to the classes.
No, well, it won't because it's only Galactic Civil War. There's no Clone Wars. There's no droids. You can't be your droideca and roll around and put your shields up anymore.
Apparently, won't be able to, yeah.
So it's like, I just don't understand how it's like the past games you have all this and then they're going to take the Battlefront name and it's not really Battlefront.
It is kind of weird that you're only going to be able to play as the Rebellion or the Empire. It does suck
Yeah,
like
but
that. They did add in that you'll be able to play go between first and third person perspectives,
Ooh.
which is, you know, it's kind of what the PC version did. So I guess, like, if you bought the Battlefront 2 for PC with the old GameSpy servers, remember those?
Yeah.
Man, I wish GameSpy never went down. They hosted a lot of games. So sucks. So that's kind of cool that you'll be able to get that. I wonder how that's going to be. I always preferred the way you played in third person.
Yeah. I also like the way that you could, like when you play on Hoth, you could control the AT-AT.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're still going to have that.
AT&T.
They're actually boasting that their vehicle experience is really good.
Well, so far they also said like the AT-AT is going to be on a rail system.
Oh, so you can't even steer it?
No.
This game just
Really?
gets
I didn't
worse
even
and
hear
worse
that
every
part.
second.
I didn't
Yeah.
even hear that. That's cool. That's actually
You
that's
like
kinda
that?
cool.
Why?
Yeah,
You don't want to run. I'd rather run the
because
thing
I
around.
remember when playing Battlefront 2, man. Sometimes it's really rough to get. You get stuck in those things.
Oh, you would?
Yeah.
I don't recall that.
I did. I would get stuck all the time. Oh, okay. Wait. Maybe I'm getting this wrong here. Is the AT-ATs, aren't those the big ones?
The elephant
Yeah, the
one.
big one that
Okay,
walks on four
yeah.
legs.
So, yeah, I had got that thing stuck all the time on Hoth.
How?
Stuck.
All right,
In a
I would walk
snowbank.
up to the thing, and then I kind of not fall in a ditch, per se, because they didn't let you fall in the ditch. When you were walking over it, made like a temporary invisible... I'm not going to say it was sort of a wall. I feel like they programmed so you couldn't fall in the ditch, but I got glitched out every time I got close to like a wall or area every
Oh.
time. And
Older
You
game.
didn't have to get that close. You can able to shoot your guns and snipe people from so far away.
so I actually like that would be on rails. As long as the tiny ones are not, I'll be happy with that.
The baby elephant one.
The ATST.
Yeah, the small ones. As long as that's not on
BTS.
rails, I'll be happy with that. And engage in epic dogfights, which I agree with
Ha-
Pat completely here. How can it be an epic fight?
Yeah.
No space.
But
Yeah,
you can't
no
go to
space.
space.
No, you,
So they're just
Like when I
sky
play
fights?
Battlefield, I do like the jet battles in Battlefield, but I agree with Pat though. It should be in space.
It should be.
you're fighting in starships.
Because
It's
Yeah.
that's
like,
where the Star Destroyers are up in space. You
Yeah.
can't go blow them up if you're down
Yeah.
on the planet.
Yeah. But overall, I am excited for this. If as long as it looks remotely close to what the graphics look like, I'll be happy with that. I do not expect it to look like that. I don't trust anything anymore when it comes out with like, hey, here's the freaking.
and then it's
Here's what it's gonna
EA,
look
so
like.
you know it's gonna be buggy on release. And
Yeah, it's gonna
all
be.
the microtransaction DLC shit.
Like where I just remembered, like now that you got to pre-order it even to get that special Jakku map. battle
Yeah.
thing, which will probably eventually come to everybody. Don't get me wrong, but guys, don't pre-order, please. Just don't pre-order games.
Oh, you know, I was just thinking the ultimate way to get people to buy more stuff in microtransactions is to unlock the microtransactions with a microtransaction.
You got to make a game.
Yeah, because then
Wow.
like your foot's already in the door. That means you put money in the system, so it's like you're tempted to spend more and more.
See, this actually brings up something that I hate right now. It's like now EA owns like Battlefront. And it's like you want them to make more Battlefronts.
They.
So it's like you have to buy the game to support it.
I
Because
thi-
if you don't buy it, then it's like,
It's like,
oh,
guess
no
you
one
don't
likes
want
Battlefront.
them.
Let's not make another
now,
one.
I could be wrong.
they're burning
I
you.
think you're correct that maybe they have the IP to Battlefront, but I think that if Disney doesn't like the way it's going, they'll gladly take the IP back from them. I don't think they have an end-all, be-all like Madden type of situation.
No, I think EA bought it off them because
Could be. I don't know.
I don't know if Disney like owned the rights to it like LucasArts did.
Well, I thought the way the LucasArts is working now is they're not development house. They're just outsourcing the IPs to people. So I'd like to think that like if they mess up Battlefront, they could go with someone else. But most likely, you're probably right though. I think they're probably gonna go exclusively with them.
Well, so
it makes
EA
sense.
is just a bad company.
Yeah, so
they've improved.
They're pretty notoriously
They have improved. I'll give them credit. Like they actually offer a refund policy, unlike Steam. So
they still make shoddy games.
The Battlefield is still rough. It was rough at launch. I think they've improved. I do think they've improved. I'll give them credit for that.
Very
But
optimistic.
Except for their press conferences where they didn't show anything. That was shitty. Remember that? Here's concept art.
Oh,
I know, but it's still annoying that it's like a lot of like people that make games anymore. It's just they push it out the door and then it's like, oh, don't worry, we'll patch it and fix it later. It's like,
Yeah.
I want to buy a working game, not wait
I
like
don't blame
6
you.
months.
I don't blame you for expecting them to do that with Battlefront. I don't blame you at all. They could be pushing this out. Who knows how long they really had time to work on this. Hence, actually, your theory is probably correct. 'Cause if they don't even have space battles in, and debatably, that must have been a hard decision not to have that in there.
they're gonna
Because
add it
that's
later.
something that was a big draw on Battlefront 2.
Yeah, that was half of the game.
Yeah. So, you know what? Maybe they did. Maybe they are rushing this out. Who knows? We'll see.
I
When
mean,
it
the
comes
name
out.
of the-
I hope it works.
I mean, the name of the series is Star Wars, and we're not even in space.
Hey, man, Battlefront 1 didn't have space battles, and we survived.
Changes the atmosphere wars. Because you're not.
Battlefront 1 didn't have space battles, and we survived.
But I mean, I understand that, but
I don't remember if Battlefront 1, though, you could drive a spacecraft at all, though. I know you could do the
No, you
off
could.
battle.
like Battle for Naboo, they had the X-wings and stuff.
Man, I can't even remember doing that. Oh, I can imagine flying in Naboo in that big old spaceship.
But it's like I'm gonna miss like Geonosis, like the Republic gunship. Like you and me would always like jump into the Republic gunship, like fly to the back of the enemy's base and start taking over from behind.
Yes. Speaking of taking over from behind, next news item, the new Guitar Hero. We're going to talk more about it. All right, so more stuff is out now, and I've actually looked up some things since 2 weeks ago because I literally found out about it like 5 seconds before the show. I was like, whoa. All right, so there is 6 buttons.
Yeah.
Aha. Elena was wrong.
I knew it.
Yeah, so the way it works is that, I'll have the screen here, is that there are 3 buttons, and they're double stacked for a total of 6 buttons. So it creates the feeling of going up and down on the fretboard.
Like I said.
So it's an indication on the screen goes up and down to let you know.
Cool.
So that's one of the cool things. Now, the next thing. So, yes, the actual games that come on the disc and everything, they shot all live action bands in crowds for each song, two shots. One for when you're doing good and one for when you're starting to do bad. The crowd will actually react in live time to when you start doing bad, and your band members will too. So that's actually, oh my God, they actually did that.
So the bands are people too?
Yeah. Oh, did you see it, Eli? Will you hear that episode?
I was there when we watched like the trailer. And
Yeah.
Yeah, that
but I didn't
actually
really
was
understand
gameplay. It is all live
Like when
action.
people were booing and stuff.
Yeah, I thought that was
That's
just
live-
trailer footage.
Nope,
Oh.
that is actually the gameplay footage.
See, the only problem I have with that, though, is, like, they've only recorded them one time, right? Like, if you play the song,
Yeah,
it's going to be
here's-
the same thing every time.
So that is.
That's kind of how it was though when it was just graphics, wasn't it though?
Here's the thing though.
But I guess it's gonna bother you more because they're
yeah,
real.
it might bother you, Pat. I do believe you have a point. But you keep in mind, if you're starting to do bad, then good, then it's going to keep flipping between the 2 tracks. Also, generally speaking, let's be honest here. How often did you really pay attention to the background when you were playing those games?
Not that much.
It's
So
all
I
your
think it will be
peripherals,
just different enough, in we're going to be into
So
it so
then-
much. It will just create the atmosphere, and we won't notice it as much.
Hopefully.
But you definitely have a point there. If you're going to be looking for it,
Well-
I bet it'll look
Well,
the
like
same.
you just said, how often did you pay attention to the background? It's
You
like,
only
so
pay
what was the
attention when
point
you're
of
doing bad.
watching a live video feed if you're not paying attention to it?
Well, let's just put it on a black screen and who cares, or just a white background.
Well, you
Have
need
no
something
background
in
on
the
you,
background to
it's the
create a
background.
mood. Yeah, it's just the background. Because you need something to create the mood, And I think actually this is a good way for them to bring Guitar Hero back because it's something that's different enough that will get people interested. Also, its biggest downfall, this will be only for the stuff on the disc, apparently. For the other songs, it will be DLC and everything that you pay
That's
for.
what the music video
Just
is.
the music videos.
That will be the music video scenario. Well, just the music video will play in the background.
Some of the music videos are pretty, like, random and crazy. Might be distracting.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know. It all depends on the song, really. I
We'll
would
see how
debate
they
that most
handle
music videos nowadays are not that original, but I don't know. Yeah, there are. You know what? You're right. There are some very distracting ones out
If
there.
like they got
You're right. There are a lot of distracting music videos
a really
out there.
cool video, you rather watch the video, but you got to be looking at the keys.
Yeah.
So that's the
Yeah.
That's what's
Man, you know what? For them to put that much time into for all the songs on disc, man, they must really.
But how many songs are going to be on the disc?
Oh, they. You know what? Hang on. Let me see if I have it here. You know, they had a list of actual.
3,000.
That was the video.
Oh, there is no way there's 3,000.
Fallout Boy. I know Fallout Boy is one of them because that was in the trailer. We have Fallout Boy. Let's see
Only
if I can
people
get
that
the
are
list.
touring right now.
I hope at least 100.
Yeah, I remember when I was looking at the list before. I do want to say it was all modern things. Oh, Skrillex, isn't it?
Ugh.
That's actually why I was bringing
I
it up.
must
Wait.
miss. He's not even a rock star.
Yeah, how do you do guitar with Skrillex?
How do you do it? Does it change to like
some
an
of
Apple
those
keyboard?
You know, some of those Cubase effects are guitars really
Some-
distorted.
Some Little Wayne guitar riffs on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but does Skrillex go on live performances with actual band members, or is it just him hitting a spacebar?
It's just him. Okay, whoa. Okay. Hang on, buddy. I'm not a Skrillex fan. I'll defend dubstep and electronic music a little bit here. They
can-
do more than press the space bar. They
I-
actually do
I know,
live
it was a
mixing of
joke.
their song.
Oh,
was a
no, when the
joke.
Skrillex comes on, you have to quickly plug in your DJ Hero set.
Oh, yeah.
And then, but if you don't have time, they boo at you because it's like, why do you have a guitar? You're playing Skrillex.
No, that Eli.
It would be a funny thing.
That was a good one, Eli. You get one of those.
Yeah, get my points back.
Yeah, you get your point. You get big. You get your mushroom. Okay, so I've got a tentative list here. They have 13 announced artists. One of them is Skrillex. That's the one that sticks out the most. And some of the other ones here we have. Let's see. This is not all of them, but most of them. The Black Keys, Blitz Kids, which I guess I'm not a hip guy anymore. I don't know who Blitz Kids is.
Freaking clue.
Ed Sheeran. Sherman.
I-
You
No
know?
idea how to say that. Fall Out Boy.
Heard of
Gary Clark Jr.,
Don't
Green
know.
Day, The
Okay.
Killers,
them?
Ooh.
The Lumineers, which those are those guys that sing that "I Belong to You," like those guys, right? The Langoliers,
don't
I don't know. Lumineers, I don't know how to say their name.
I'm gonna look it up
My
later.
Chemical Romance, yeah, MCR baby. Yeah,
I didn't know they were
MCR.
still popular.
Pieces of Veil or Price of Veil. I don't know how to say these names. Wow, I'm pretty bad at reading.
Pretty hip.
The Rolling Stones and The War. That's some of the bands there. And those will all be the ones on disc, obviously, that you'll have full bands to do. So it's really interesting that they're going this route. Like, I definitely want to know what you guys' feedback on. What do you think about the overall having like that you're in a cover band playing the songs and you have this live crowd reacting to you? What do you think about that overall?
I need to know right now, is the footage for the Rolling Stones going to be from VHS tapes?
No. They have an actual band. Like, it's not that bands themselves coming on. It's a band, like a cover type band. Like, they hired band members to play.
You're like an
to
opener, I
capture the
guess.
footage. So
Oh.
it's not the actual band members playing. It is physical people playing the songs live.
Well, I thought when they showed the trailer, like, it was actually the Black Keys on stage.
No, that was just some punk ass people.
Oh. Okay.
Actually, funny story. When I was listening to the Giant Bomb podcast, they had a guy email in who actually knew one of the people in the trailer. He was in a band with him, and he told him how he was an asshole and everything.
That's
so
funny.
that's kind of funny.
Oh, I got a question. You know, like in the early stages of Guitar Hero, when you're not a big yet, will the crowd be like a little tiny small crowd, like at a garage or something?
You know what? I don't know, but from everything that I've read in the articles and the footage, it implied to me that it's always just a big crowd.
Oh, dang, that's such a
I could be wrong
disappointment.
though. Like, again, that was my interpretation of what they were saying. I could have gotten.
Because
that
that'd be
wrong.
so funny if like you like worked your way up the band ladder, like you do
Yeah.
a band at like
Yeah, I still
an
can't.
old folks home, and
That
all the
would be
people
cool.
are old or whatever. That's your first gig or whatever.
That would be cool. Maybe it is like
How
that.
would
though,
your
don't
first
get me wrong.
gig be, like, a
'Cause y-
retirement home?
Because you're like really small and you can't get good gigs yet. But then like someone discovers you while you're at the retirement home.
So what are we, like a
You know
white
what I
guy
mean?
with guitar status? a guy with acoustic
Why
guitar
would a
status?
scout be at a retirement home?
He's visiting his nana. I don't know.
He's visiting his nana. Oh, man.
He's like, wow, I really like these kids. They got talent.
I really like the way you play, kid. You gave my Aunt Nana a heart attack, but I'll sign you on.
You gotta move him, but you broke her hip.
Broke her hip. You broke a hip.
Something like that. I'd like to see some story in the game.
I would, too. That would be an interesting way to do it. If they're going to do the point of doing all that footage capture, that would have been a cool way to do it. Again, like that was my interpretation. Maybe they will do that. Maybe that will be the thing. But my interpretation of it and from all the footage and when everyone was talking about it, it's just big, concert-type experiences.
I
So,
don't know.
are you guys interested in it now? You know what? I think I think this new button layout is actually a nice just change up enough to get people interested again, along with the live stuff.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
Cool.
you need to do something different here. Because
6
harmonics is already announced, so you're going to get the same type of guitar experience or plastic instrument experience, we could say at least. With this, it's just different enough that might get people interested. And the Guitar Hero brand is strong. And I like this. I would have preferred if they did 4 buttons with the double. So it would have been like 2, 4, 6, 8 buttons. I think that would have been a cool way. Because what am I going to 3 buttons? I still don't like that.
You don't like that?
Even though it's 6, I still don't like the 3-button up and down thing. I think it should have been 4 with up and down, like 8 buttons total. I think that's the way they should have did.
8 buttons. So wow,
Yeah,
that's
fuck,
really
fuck,
difficult.
fuck the 5th button and just go with 4 and just the doubled it up like they have it.
Double that.
That's the way I would have liked it because it would have
Yeah.
made it a little bit more better, you know.
Perhaps. But what about 4 buttons on top and 3 buttons on the bottom?
They already have that now. It's just that you can choose if you want to be at the bottom or the top threat. I said that last time too.
Oh, okay.
You don't. They're not separate buttons. Well, I know. You guys interested in it?
I'm kind of interested.
I just need to see more information.
Same. I want to follow it.
I'm
like its
iffy on
development.
Yeah, well, they pretty much said everything about it. Like, only other than that whole point is, will they have live active crowds in terms of it being, you know, like Eli was saying, like starting off small and big. I don't think that's a
Yeah, that
small,
would
but
be awesome.
pretty much.
if
It's
they
all
had
we.
it
That's
like
pretty much
that.
how the game's gonna be. They said so.
But I just don't want to, like, every time I play, I'm going to see that same crowd of people. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, there she is, booing me again.
Yeah. Like, why'd you come back then?
Go back to Jersey.
Go back to Jersey, boy. The next big final question here is now we have the battle of the bands again. We had not only is Rock Band coming back, but Guitar Hero's coming back, and they're actually changing things up a bit. Which one do you? This is kind of like super. Might be too early to predict this, but just based on what we know, what do you think will do well here? What do you think people will
no
attach
idea.
more to? I still think Rock Band will be more successful because they actually have the full band experience. Though.
Exactly. I'm Rock Band for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a Rock Band guy too. And plus, my songs are transferring over. Well, they didn't guarantee every song, but it sounds like most of my DLC will transfer over. Which I don't have a lot. I only got like 10 songs, but some people have like
9 out of 10 songs will transfer over.
oh no, they have like thousands of songs on there. So if someone bought everything, I feel bad for them.
Yeah, I can't really predict. I only had Guitar Hero. I mean, I played your Rock Band before, and it was fun to play with groups. But
Yeah.
I'm more of a single player focused gamer.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Well, actually,
I am.
I did forgot to mention this. They will
Mr.
have.
I
they-
want to play Age of Empires with
That's a-
everybody.
that's a single player game. It really is. Even when you're just playing against someone else, it's really a single player experience.
Yeah.
It's not a team game. You can play teams, but I don't like playing teams.
Yeah, he likes single player
I like-
experiences, boys and girls.
And I only played with you once, and you had such a pissy attitude. I won't play. No, I'm just joking.
Oh,
you want to
shit.
play again?
the hell?
Oh man.
I'm just joking. We can play again.
I did forget to mention though, Guitar Hero. They did say you can play as bass, and there is going to be that battle. Apparently, there's going to be you could play with 2 guitars at once or something. Now I don't remember if they said there was the battle mode was back. I don't think it is. I think it's more like play together type of thing. All right, moving on to our next news. Oop, that's the wrong one.
Dueling banjos.
Move on to dueling banjos. God, they do that. Next news item, we have the Konami investigation. I didn't really know what to title this, to be honest.
Konami.
So, I guess the newsy part of this is, Silent Hill. It's been confirmed that it's in limbo and that it's probably not coming out. As you guys know, there was a whole thing going on of Kujiyama. I can never say
Fujiyama, that sounds right.
Kojima.
Sounds crap.
I can never
Kojima?
say his name right.
Kojima?
Kojima, thank
Are you sure?
My God, yeah, it's Kojima.
Oh.
I don't know
God
why.
damn.
He's one of my favorite developers, and I don't know why I can never say his
I
name
know
right
you
anymore.
love the Metal Gear series.
You
Yeah,
love
Kojima.
him, but you hate him at the same time.
So, it's
apparently.
pretty much confirmed that after Metal Gear Solid is done, he's gone. The restructuring is going on. They've actually recently laid off more than just 200 employees, and that apparently they've been moving from a team-based development on their games to now just everyone works on a little bit of each of their games at the same time. So instead of having a team devoted to soccer, they have everyone in the company working on the soccer game, but just working on a little bit of it, while they're also working on everything else. And apparently things are going to go iffy now. Konami is kind of going through a very interesting change right now with all the big layoffs. They actually pulled all their stock market info from the American stock market.
It's Chowder.
It's Chowder.
Not Chowder.
It's
Chowder.
It's Chowder. No.
Chowder.
Okay. So yeah, man, Konami's going for some very, very interesting changes now,
Yeah, I was
and it
actually,
really shows how the company is just not the same as it used to be anymore.
You know what they need to do? Since Guitar Hero's coming back and Rock Band's coming back, Konami needs to bring back DDR.
Yeah. Well, Dance Revolution, they still do that stuff, and it's big in
I
Japan.
mean, like a home console thing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't think
I still have the dance pads for the PlayStation.
you do. You do. That would be cool.
Dance. I was never good at it.
You know, they're going the
But it'd be
same
cool if they
route as
brought it
like Sega's really going. They're really going all in drastically and hard in the mobile market. Like they've showed less and less support for AAA type of games. Experience like they're doing Metal Gear Solid game, but now after that, will there really be another one that's on that scale anymore? I highly doubt it. I think they're fully going to go full blown, like they actually are. They're showing right now. They're very aggressive in changing their whole business strategies drastically in this past year alone. Hell, their CEO currently right now, he has a big stake in the casino market in Japan. Actually, apparently he's on one of the boards that are trying to get this bill proposed to the government to help legalize gambling more. I don't know how the legal structure works for gambling currently in Japan right now, but he's on the board to make it more acceptable or make it more legal or something. And Konami does make casino games. They have that Contra casino game. They have that. I want to say they had a Castlevania thing, but I could be wrong on that. They have their IPs teamed up with casino type games, and it's like I think they're just changing drastically. I think they're dipping out of the AAA market development. I think they see it's too expensive, and the returns aren't enough. Hell, the last Metal Gear Solid game they had a little bit of boost, but overall they're not making as much as they used to on those games. And so being Silent Hill pretty much gone now. Like
Sorry.
they said they pretty much their statement was they have no official statement for it and it's in a limbo state, but that pretty much comes off to me is that it's done, which sucks.
Is Tim Allen doing Tool Time next door or something?
No, they can't hear that, so
They can't? Okay, good. Because it's so annoying here.
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty annoying. They can't hear that.
With the weirdest
So it just sucks,
motorcycle.
because that Silent Hill game looks like it was going to be fucking great. Because the PT demo was amazing, very fun, and I thought it would have got some cool things would have came out of that. So thanks, Mr. Del Toro. Why didn't you work harder? Man, that just sucks.
Ah, that's his name. I couldn't think of his name last night.
Yeah. So what do you guys think, man? Can we hope for anything, Konami? Fuck, man. And Konami makes believe it or not, Konami makes a lot of their money for fucking Yu-Gi-Oh too.
Really?
Yeah, like their biggest, to my knowledge, their biggest profit margins comes from, what is it? Game-like goods. I think they categorize it like non-digital versions of stuff. So that encompasses like Yu-Gi-Oh. There are other products that are associated with games.
They also make a lot of a really good arcade games like Time Crisis.
They still do make those arcades too. Yep.
And DDR
They still do those. Yep. Who knows if they'll even keep doing that anymore? Really, because that's other than Japan, what else is taking arcade machines nowadays? Nothing.
Yeah.
It's not even profitable to really bring those things over here.
The ones that are here, they make good amount of money. Like in a pizza place that has an arcade machine will make enough money.
Believe it or not,
to
Eli, there are
sustain.
still arcades around still, just not in
I've seen.
Buffalo.
I saw one in New Jersey once.
Yeah, like in New Jersey. Like there are still some family fun centers around the world still. All right, moving on to our final news item, because we have Eli. Take it away.
Okay.
This is relevant to your interests.
It is a little bit. Valve, the company, adds and then removes paid mods for Steam. Valve announced that they are removing
okay.
paid mods from the Steam effective immediately.
All right, so were you guys following this?
A little bit.
Yeah,
Something about
a little
Skyrim.
bit.
So Valve came out. All right, we have paid mods for Skyrim. Have fun. Literally, that was 3 days ago, a week maybe.
So I didn't read the article or anything, but were they paying the modders to make them, or were the mods costing money?
The way it worked is the modder had a mod, put it, he submitted it, whatever, it got posted, and Valve got 75% of the money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest things. All right, so what happened is after this went live, people on Reddit, Twitter, Valve forums, the Valve comment, whatever it's called, Valve Steam community page, is what it's called. People got nothing but negative. No one had any positive things to say
they're
about
taking
this.
75. Valve didn't do anything besides host it. These people spent, I don't know,
Which you could
months
debate
making
them
a mod.
hosting it does increase the chances of it being great, but 75% worth? Nah.
No, you can just put it on the Nexus.
Nah, especially if something's selling for $1, and then they take 75% of that.
Yeah, you get a quarter. And
I
Yeah.
thought
People got
most
crazy.
mods
One,
were
they were
free. though.
Yeah, I'm
that
a bit
was,
confused
that was
by
the
that,
actual
too.
first picture. People were like, well, mods are traditionally free. The whole point of a mod is that it's a passion project and blah, 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 blah. So that was the first thing people got really mad about, that although the mods are being paid. And then the next thing that happened was then Valve was taking a big cut of it. Then the problem was they weren't policing it correctly. People were literally taking mods from, what is that place you were called?
The Nexus, yeah, Skyrim Nexus probably in this case.
Anyway, so they would whatever big mod website there is, they would actually download the mod, submit it themselves as the modder, and they weren't the modder, and they had no way to police that
But
effectively.
Valve was like, I'm making bake, so they didn't care.
So that was bad. That was an issue as well.
I'm gonna take 98% of your profits.
So let's tackle these issues one by one. Let's go by the first one. The whole point that first that mods are traditionally free. Let's start there. How do you guys feel about that? Do you guys feel that mods always should be and should always be free?
Unless they're on like a private website. Like I know there's some private. You gotta like sign up for websites for Fallout New Vegas mods, and you get like better mods with like models from other games imported into Fallout and stuff. But I don't think you have to ever pay for any of them.
See, I don't know. I'm kind of iffy because it's like some of these mods are really good, well done. Like Skyrim looks amazing because of modders.
Yeah, they can make it look even better.
Yeah, and it's like for doing all that work, it's like I feel like they should be compensated.
Maybe for the people that make like really big quest-based mods, but for like the people that made like the Thomas Tank Engine mod for Skyrim, I don't think they should be seeing any money for their work. I don't think.
Yeah, that was a copyright issue right there.
Well, yeah, that's one of them. Also, the ones that like turn the dragons into Macho Man Randy Savage. Like those people, don't encourage them with money, please. But people are going to be doing this forever.
Because I'm totally on the fact that if you create something, you do work for it. That I live by that philosophy. If you did work for it, why shouldn't you get paid for it? Same thing with YouTube. I know people debate like, oh, YouTube, it's not work, but you still take the time to make a video, everything like that.
Get nice microphones.
As long as you adhere to like best practices, like the biggest problem with modding right now is like you're bringing it up. Well, they made Thomas the Tank Engine. That's copyright infringement. Sorry, you really didn't get permission to get that IP to make a mod for that. Then you've got people who make the Lich King armor for Skyrim, and it's like, well, they didn't get permission for that either. So,
oh, look, I got the Tommy Wiseau mount.
yeah, the Tommy Wiseau mount. Like, you could do something like that. It's like mods could do some cool things. Traditionally, mods have always been ask for forgiveness. And never, I mean, I know, was it beg for forgiveness instead of asking for permission? I think it's something like that. Yeah, I think that's the way it goes. That's how it's always traditionally been. You know what? I think we're getting to the point where times are changing. You know, there've always been sites where you can pay for mods.
I think mods should just be free because as soon as they start costing money, it complicates everything like tenfold, because then it's like, oh, all these things are technically owned by other people, and now everybody wants a cut of the profit. Just keep them free.
At this point, you know what? I think here's the thing, Eli, because back in the day, the digital distribution wasn't as prevalent as it is now. Now we live in a day where you could say back in the day when you were a modder, you could debate that, well, there's really no way to make money from it because it's only people who know about it are people from the game, and there's no storefront to let people really know. Yeah, there were websites, but there wasn't really like an all-encompass place where I could really post it and get vision. Yeah. Now we live in a day where we're used to the idea of downloading something and pay for it. So we're starting to get into that void where now modders can actually go and be legitimate about it. Like, look at the guy who worked for SimCity. He has a Patreon that literally people pay him to make mods for City Skylines.
Oh, yeah, the Gullah guy or something like that.
Yeah, like he'll make stuff.
He made Starbucks. I'm glad Starbucks didn't get angry and be like, we want a cut of that profit that you're making from these mods.
Yeah.
What is it?
So we're living in a day where I think it is acceptable where you can get paid for it. The thing is now you'll have to adhere to the same ideas of like downloading DLC. You can't do copyright infringement at this point. That's a give up. If we're going to go legit about it,
let's not go legit. Like who? Stop it. Just like
what
people want to have fun.
I'm totally for people still making mods and offering them for free. I don't think anyone's saying no to that. I'm just saying that I think that we can have an option where people can pay for stuff too.
Or just like donate to that person. It's
let's
like
set up donation pages for people that want to make mods. They should like put their name out there, be like, I'm
so you're
thinking
maybe the
for
Patreon
you.
route is an acceptable.
Yeah.
Like I don't think a donation
like
route is kind of good. I think the
website.
Patreon type of thing, which I guess is donating if you really think about it.
Yeah. Well, also I don't know. Like I overheard on Reddit, like some of the guys, like someone that did mods for Skyrim actually got picked up by Bungie just because he did such good work.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Like let's go back to the thing I do believe that
hard work.
You should get hard work paid. Look, because modding is a wonderful thing. Because look at what we've gotten for modding. We've gotten Dota. That's something that we got for modding. We got Counter-Strike.
That's true.
That was a mod for Half-Life 2 multiplayer, for God's sakes. 1.6, man. 1.6. So there actually can be legitimate work and things to be gained from people having incentives for making mods. And if we can have a paid version
But
of
as soon as we start like putting all these restrictions on it, it's like, you got to donate some of your profit to blah, 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 and this goes to this, and this goes to this, and here's
Yeah,
you're
so that's a good
restricted by
transition.
contact.
So generally, we're not against the idea of getting paid for mods, right? Have we come to that consensus pretty much?
Yeah, if it's
Donation pays.
good, if it's good,
And
or
paid it compensated in some way. All right, now let's move on to the next part. Then that's
Okay.
a good segue, Eli.
All right.
So the part where Valve was taking 75% of it,
Yeah.
the ushy details, which we need to discuss. All right, so we're saying like, oh, how is the proper way to do this? So that's where things get muddy. Well, then how is it the way we should do it? If let's say a Steam is going to allow their storefront to do this, which now it isn't anymore, but let's just say they were continuing. How should it be done? Should Valve get 75%? Should the maker of the game get some kind of percentage?
No, the maker shouldn't get any percent. Because they're making mods, they're improving on the game. A lot of times mods are things that fix problems in the game or add new content that people would have wanted anyways.
Yeah.
But people put it in, so why in the world should you pay more money for a game you already... I know this is kind of has to do with microtransactions. It's like, why would we be paying for something we already own? I don't know.
You know,
I'm not articulating this well.
My whole opinion on it was the way I think it should work is it should have been like Valve gets 10% and maybe the developer gets 10%.
Not 10%. 10% is really low. It should be...
I think it should get a little bit more. You might be right.
Do
Because
it like-
Valve does, Steam is a very strong storefront to be on, believe
Well,
it or not.
I think that the money that Steam and Valve picks up from this, like they should be a little transparent of where this money is going to go. Like, what's it
In
going
their
to
pockets?
do?
That's what
No,
you
no,
mean?
because I don't like
You mean-
that. I don't like that it's going to their pockets for nothing.
Well, no,
Yeah.
they are putting on their storefront. I do think that is a valuable thing. Now, I don't think it's 75% valuable. I think it's like, again, I'll go back to what I thought. I thought it should be 10%, 10%. That's what I thought. So 20%.
But
you're
where's the
losing
other
total.
80% go?
To the mod developer.
Oh, wait.
That's what I'm saying.
So you think 10% should go to
Valve,
Valve,
and then another
and
10 should go to like the developer, or maybe even 15 to the developer. That's about as much as that's what I think it should be done.
I think it should be, if you a little goes to each one, it should go 20, 20, and then 60.
20, 20, 60.
Yeah.
All right, I'm all for that. Because you think about it, because the example, some things that were being sold were like an axe, so that was for $1. So if that was like 75% of that went to Valve.
Ooh, but
like,
then like you got small mods that just add one little thing into the game.
yeah, so
I think that should like more should go to the developer in that case, and nothing should go to the game, and only a little bit should go to Valve, because it's a really small thing.
Valuable. Maybe that's the way it should be broken up. Maybe it should be broken up into like small category type stuff, and then like
Yeah, we can't like
game-changing
blanket this
mods.
thing.
yeah,
But I think that like if copyright infringement starts being a problem, this could really stifle a lot of creativity and could just like it will really ruin like the creative spirit behind mods. People are gonna be
See,
like,
that's where I
I'm
disagree,
really
'cause I think no matter
throttled.
what, if someone was going to do a copyright thing, it just should be aware and they should know, well, they obviously can't make money from that. So they should put it out there for free and then do that ask for forgiveness type of thing.
Ask-
Beg for forgiveness, I mean.
Oh, please don't cut my hands off.
Yeah, I think that because that's the way it's always been done. So if we keep that aspect of it, and then just have the option to go. I'll call it legit, but it's not really legit. You know what I mean? Like to make something and get paid for it. I think we can have both of those type of worlds in it.
well, also a lot of copyright stuff is they won't even go after you as long as it's like you're just giving it out for free.
Okay,
'Cause
so
it's like,
copyright.
it's just
Most of the
advertisement for
time
them.
they don't, but they do have the law on their side if they eventually want to.
Yeah, like
That's
if
the
you're
thing.
making tons of money off of something that doesn't belong to you, then they're gonna get pissed.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
the Tommy Wiseau mounts count as a copyrighted thing? Because I think it.
If you're using
Well,
the likenesses
probably, I
of Tommy Wiseau without his permission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're giving it out for free. It's not like the guy's making money off them.
Okay, so that would be a.
Is there
free
really a
mod.
Tommy Wiseau mount?
Yes.
Oh my God! I thought
It
you were
doesn't
joking
look
about
anything
that.
like him. They actually
Well, then I don't
have-
think you need to worry about copyright infringement. It looks nothing like.
Well,
but they
it makes
have
it
his
sound.
it has like you're tearing me apart, Lisa.
Oh, they have a clip from the
That's
movie.
what he says like when he falls or something.
Yeah, when
he's
getting hit.
Yeah, that's copyright infringement if they have the clip.
Oh hey Mark.
Oh hey, Mark.
When you like probably get on him or
Oh, hey,
something.
Mark. And then what was the third thing? I forgot the third thing. Now It
when
was-
the friggin'
it
mount
was
hits
about.
something.
Let's see, mods if they should be free, and that was about the pricing. I
Classics.
forgot what the third one was.
Is there something else on here?
Yeah.
No, remember I said we had to break it up into 3 things? I already
Oh,
forgot.
I don't remember.
Oh, I forgot. Well, don't worry. The people will correct us in the thing, and they'll be like, you didn't talk about this.
On the forums.
Yeah, so final thoughts on this is now that it's down and it's gone now, do you still think that this could come back one day and it could be a good thing overall? Just pretty much our final thoughts on it. Do we think the idea of having a storefront dedicated to for selling mods is a good thing? It should be something happen. Obviously, the internet disagrees heavily. They think that mods should stay free and live in the past, which that's the part I disagree. That'll be my final thoughts. I disagree that they should be free forever because
I disagree.
I think we're living in an age now where you can have an outlet, a platform to make monies off of mods. So why not? Someone works, they should have money. The money details have to be figured out, though. That's for sure.
It should be on the developer of the mod to figure out how they want to get paid.
I still think they should add like a donation type thing.
In-game donation button.
Because again, my whole defense of this is that if there is incentive to make money, people can then go on to put more. Believe it or not, yeah, you can tell me about passion all the time. Yes, there's passion, but passion doesn't pay the bills and feed your stomach. Passion, you'll have passion for 2 months and then you'll stop working on your mod because you have to go to work and you have to make money. So if they could have had that extra 3 months to make Counter-Strike again or make another Dota, because they made a little money off their mods, then I say I'm all for it because we can actually get more things if there's money incentive. So that's my defense to why I think it can eventually be one day we should be able to play mods. Because again, it falls in the category of like paying for a microtransaction because we're at this point where that's an acceptable thing.
Well, I think if money starts to become a factor,
and that's my final thought. Sorry,
here's
go
my
on.
final thought.
That was my final thought. Go.
This is a final thought, but also a last thought.
Okay.
Because it's unrelated to the rest, sort of.
Yeah, no problem.
If money became a thing, I think it would block out new people from being able to get their mods out there, because the people that are making money would be able to promote their mods with their money that they make from it.
Yeah, but they would be
so someone
good
who's
mods.
being successful would be able to continue being successful because they're good.
But it would be harder for a new person to come in.
I disagree. That's like saying that it's impossible for Five Nights at Freddy to be successful because their EA's around. I disagree with that.
Well, that's a different situation.
No, I think it's about the same. Like if someone is an experienced modder and is already well known, and then someone new comes in, if their new person come in, mod is good, it will get recognition.
That's why I still think it should be like donation, because it's like, if you like that person's mod, then support that person.
Yeah,
so that way they
donation
can keep
system.
going.
I don't want to support, I don't think Steam should get any of the money.
Okay.
I don't. They just shouldn't get
That's-
it. So get your fingers
That's
out.
completely valid if you want to believe that. That's no problem.
Because it's like, I don't want to pay for
'Cause it's
a
Steam this time,
stupid
but,
mod
it could
of
be another.
Thomas's train engine.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think Thomas will be too. The people that own Thomas shouldn't get too annoyed about that. They've been around for 75 years.
It's not 90. It's not. It hasn't passed the free domain.
I know, but they've been around since
By the
the
way, fuck you,
40s.
Disney, for whatever. I hate that they got that lobbying thing through where they extended the whole free domain thing because Mikey Mouse was going to go free
Mikey Mouse.
domain one day, and they were
Mikey
like, fuck it.
Mouse?
No, I said Mickey Mouse.
Oh, I
Did I
thought
say
you said-
Mike? Did I
You
really-
said
Mikey.
Mikey.
I didn't say Mikey. I'm gonna go
You-
back to the tape on that one.
Mikey
I
You
Mouse.
said Mikey Mouse.
I said Mickey.
The beloved
That's why
Mikey
we-
character.
I'm
Me
gonna
and Eli
go
were
back
like-
to the tape at the end of the show, and I'm gonna prove it. I'm very sure I said Mickey.
All right.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But
That's hilarious.
How much you want to bet?
Oh.
all right, I'll bet the Subway after this.
Okay.
All right, so now we gotta end the show because it's almost 9.
Okay.
But, yeah, we're gonna skip the new. Okay,
Oh.
okay. Here, really quickly. Boom.
Let's machine gun
Boom.
these.
All right, just do the important ones or speedrun it. Go.
Speedrun for Gaming Spotlight, new releases. We got PlayStation 4, we got Broken Age, Omega Quintlet, Project Root.
Cool.
For Wii U, we have Cube Creator 3D, Mario Kart 8 DLC Pack 2, Mario Kart DS, Super Smash Bros. Mewtwo, Suspension Railroad Simulator.
Wait, why is that in?
Xbox One, we got Project Root, State of Decay, Year 1 Survival Edition. 3DS, we got Super Smash Bros. Mewtwo as well. PlayStation Vita, we got Broken Age, cross-buy with PS4 version, Project Root, Sketch Cross. PC, we got Battle Brothers, Car Mechanic Simulator, Cloud
Dude,
Knights,
there's a car
Dragon,
mechanic.
a game about a dragon, Dungeons 2, Earth Tongue, Phlegm, Galicide, In Space, Lord of the Dark Castle, Kaiju Go-Go,
I saw
Ko-
that.
Koi Koi.
Koi Koi Japan,
Koi
Pony
Koi
World 3, Shadowrun Chronicles, Boston Lockdown.
Whoa.
Really quickly, just quickly go over things. Holy crap. Car Mechanic Simulator 2015, Game of the Year. calling it right now.
I thought I'd shower with your dad simulator.
Nope,
2015.
never mind. Take it back. Car mechanic simulator now takes it. I bet it's like surgeon simulator. I bet it's hilarious.
Ooh, I hope so.
What about
But-
Dodge?
Dodge was, you know what? Dodge is a special place in my heart, but I don't think it's going to begin of the year now.
I
that
like
this game's
in
out.
space how in is not
Or
capitalized.
don't shoot yourself.
Yeah,
Don't shoot yourself. Did we look that one up? Because I still wanted to kind of hear about that one.
yeah, we got to look that one up. Yeah. Also, I don't know why the DLC is on there under the Wii U, but I guess there's nothing much coming out of Wii U, so the website. Thanks for Tech Dash Gaming for the new release list.
Tech Dash.
Yeah, Mario Kart maps look fucking great. They have that one GBA map that's like the toy room type thing. That's cool. All right, well, that will be our show. we spit those out real quickly. I want to thank Elias and
See ya.
Crazy Peepers for joining us this week.
Big stretches.
Yes, and I'm McNuteen. I press the buttons. Make sure you guys check out VegasScorcher.com for all the VODs and all the other shows. You can follow us on all the social networks of at RFPTV. You can like us on the Facebook, search and Move and Play under shows, add us to circles on Google+. Join the forums to continue the conversation beyond the episodes. It's a good place. It really is. It might be dead, but it's also a really awesome place. It has been Tuesday,
We
April
got lots of
28th,
chairs.
2015 is episode 136, and we'll catch you all next week, guys. Peace out, home dogs.
Bye bye.